Welcome to Gunners Are Us, where we are positively Arsenal. But can I quickly ask, though, are we happy with this?
Are we happy?
Have we started? I can't do anything.
What?
VAR.
Oh, no. I actually got confused then. But,
I was going to tell you I was going to do that.
yeah.
But I'm kind of happy I didn't now.
But I just wish someone was here to say, well done, lads. Good process.
I just hope we don't have to issue an apology now.
We might have to.
Because we technically started with no music. We've come in hot.
Yeah.
There's been a problem already.
Yeah.
Technical issues.
So, guys, we don't know what you're going to get at the minute. You might have an intro, and it might seem like nothing's happened. Or you might get the most rogue podcast ever.
Technology's letting everyone down this week.
Yeah. So it is the brothers always, the Joe and Scott here together. We haven't got Simon. Simon is busy, but he was going to make time for this.
Yeah.
Because he's got a secret little business going on there. Not a business, but what is it? What would you say?
Project.
Project. Is a
He's a
good word.
mysterious man.
He has a mysterious project going on. But he was going to make time for this. We were all going to get sorted. And then he had issues with his car, getting to this said project, again with his car. So he's had a bad time. Here at the house where we record the podcast, it is in the middle of nowhere in Wales. We lost the internet 6 days ago.
Wow.
And we still haven't got it back. And the projection is for this Saturday. So
They have said this before, though.
So I've bought more bolt-on data on my phone.
Nice.
I've hotspotted the Mac.
Woo!
This could be good. Or you might never get this podcast and we're just shouting into a cave, essentially, and no one ever hears this.
It's like we're going back to basics. Like, we're just relying on the referee at this point.
Well, some would say that would be better this way.
It's only going to be human error that's going to let us down.
All right. Yeah. All right, Joe's definitely got a bee in his bonnet.
Let's hope communication isn't an issue.
Well, let's just hope. Check complete. It seems fine.
Okay.
Good process. So it's been a whole 7 days since we last did a podcast, because it comes out every Wednesday. Gunners Are Us. Make sure you check us out. I think Google Podcasts is about to go away, I believe. So, but if not, you got Spotify and you got Apple Podcasts. And you can I think you can just stream it off of Zencast if you look us up. But, I don't know that for sure, so I've just thrown that into the air. But we do have to round up what's happened in the last 7 days because so much keeps happening every 7 days. It's hard to keep up what we spoke about last week and what we haven't, and hence why we keep saying we need to do a couple more podcasts in a week sometimes, maybe to review a game that's just happened so we don't have to talk about it here, because I know a lot of you that are listening aren't actually Arsenal fans. So we do want to get to our Premier League predictions. We will do that this week. We got Simon's picks in. We'll be doing extensive preview on Arsenal City. We're going to talk about VAR because we have to. But first of all, I think we just round up what's happened the last 7 days for Arsenal. So
Big breath.
Straight after the podcast last week, we had Brentford away in the Cup.
Fantastic.
And we saw Ramsdale come back into the team, which was nice. And he was in full away day Ramsdale mode.
Away day mode, cup mode, perfect for Ramsdale. Yeah.
He loves it. Like he was giving it large to the fans after every save.
Yeah.
There was one point where he saved a really good shot.
Yeah.
He turned, stuck his tongue out, and put his hands to his ears to the crowd. The ball was still in the penalty box. And this also might be the reason why he's not in the first team now. But
that's why we love him.
And do you know what? I'm going to get to the goalkeeper situation when we talk about the Lens game, because I think there is something to talk about there.
Yeah.
But no, we beat Brentford. I think that's a scrappy 1-0 win away.
Yep.
I thought Havertz was really good on the night. I think he really gets stuck in.
He does.
And the draw afterwards saw a couple big teams are out already. I believe City have gone out.
Yeah.
Tottenham have gone out.
Yep.
And then now we've got Man United and Newcastle in the same tie. We're against West Ham. If we could get through West Ham, Man United or Newcastle will be out. You'd think there's a Liverpool still in there. I believe Chelsea are through. But still, we're all basically all just trying to avoid City, aren't we? And they're out. Newcastle have done us the favours. So Arsenal don't really win the Carabao Cup.
Nope.
Wenger didn't win it. We haven't won it in a long time.
I don't think we've won it since it was the Coca-Cola Cup, maybe.
Yeah, and you got to think, Wenger was the one that kind of revolutionised how people saw the Carabao Cup. Because growing up, it was just a cup alongside the FA Cup. It wasn't as big as the FA Cup, but you just played your first team, you tried to win a cup.
Yeah.
Wenger changed it into this way you have to play like the shadiest team you could possibly put out.
Yeah.
And what's happened over the last 10 years is the team with the biggest squads just win it. Like City win it every year, and then they haven't won it for a couple of years. Man United won it last year, and they went against Newcastle, who went full full force.
Yeah.
And I think the beauty of it is teams with big squads like Man United last year, even Arsenal this year, is we might be able to go the distance. And then when you get to a final, all of a sudden at that point, that might be all you're paying for.
Yeah.
So you can go, all right, let's go head down, let's just win a cup.
And it's a little feather in the cap of that group of players that get to achieve that as well. Because I think Ramsdale's probably got that in his head.
Yeah, I'm going to win the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, he's like, if I'm doing this, I'm getting a medal, I'm getting a trophy for this club. Like, that's how he's going to see it.
Yeah, and I think I'd like to see us go after the Carabao Cup because I think it's more winnable than everything else.
Yeah.
And we never put much effort in, and we tend to go out early. So it's nice that we've gone through. If we beat West Ham, we'll be in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, it's quick, isn't it?
There's teams like Exeter still in there. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be lovely to... That's what I was hoping for. I wanted Exeter at home.
Yeah.
We ended up with West Ham away.
Yeah. Does this happen every season? Like, do these many big clubs face off this quick?
No, and that's what's been so good about this year is not only, like, I'm seeing as an Arsenal fan, I think it's nice for us because it might be a more achievable thing this year.
Yeah.
But then you look at teams like, I think Everton are still in it. There's teams like Exeter, Port Vale.
Yeah.
These teams that are going to... They actually have an opportunity. One of the, like, I think it's Exeter and Port Vale.
Yeah.
I'm going to just double check. They're in a tie together.
Okay.
One of them is going to make a quarterfinals.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you think about it that way...
Both are doing quite well in their league as well.
That's big money. It's also just cool for the teams, you know? I'm just looking through the fixtures of the Carabao Cup. We've got Mansfield versus Port Vale.
Okay.
So one of those teams is going to a quarterfinal.
Should be Port Vale.
Yeah, but you think one of those teams in the quarterfinals is amazing.
Yeah.
Exeter, Middlesbrough. You'd think Middlesbrough are going to win it, but could Exeter have this cup run?
You never know.
And you could be looking at a Port Vale and Exeter in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
One of them's going to a semi.
That's nuts.
And then you got West Ham, Arsenal, Chelsea, Blackburn, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Everton, Burnley, Ipswich, Fulham. And Ipswich will beat Fulham.
Yeah, Ipswich very good.
And Man United, Newcastle.
There's all round benefits to when these big clubs face off early. Like we look at it as like, okay, cool. So that team's out the way, that team's out the way, that team's out the way. But the smaller teams, yeah, they're throbbing at the bit.
Yeah, because what an Exeter or Port Vale want is they want to go to a quarterfinal and go to the Emirates. They want to go to Old Trafford or St James's Park or somewhere like that. Stamford Bridge, maybe not, but.
That's history for them.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing they'll ever potentially do.
Yeah.
So it's really cool when the smaller teams stay in, and it's cooler for us because we might actually have an opportunity at a cup.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, at the end of the season, if you win a cup, last year in the league, I think 3 teams won cups.
Yeah.
West Ham, Man City, and Man United.
Yeah.
Everyone else didn't win a cup.
And if you can win a cup without turning Saka to dust, that's always a benefit.
Yeah, and we will definitely get to this. Someone brought this up as well, because we were talking about how smaller teams go a lifetime and they maybe see one cup final or one cup win. And we've seen so many as an Arsenal fan, like we're privileged enough to see that.
Wembley's almost like a home ground to us now.
Yeah, it's been wild, especially over the last 5 or 6 years. We've won since 2016, I think we've won 4 FA Cups, something like that, and 3 Community Shields. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
But apparently, since 1995, every team in the English leagues has either dealt with watching their team get promoted or a cup final or a cup.
Okay.
Unless you're Everton.
Wow.
Everton are the only team in that time who have not dealt with either a promotion or a cup win.
That's nuts. They've been pretty consistent. Like, kind of.
It's
like,
wild.
I feel bad for them because they're such a... They're a stalwart of English football.
Yeah.
Like, they're traditional still. The clubs run traditionally. The ground's traditional.
Well,
the
it's
fans...
starting to go away from that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously they've been bought out by 777.
Yeah.
And you do worry for them a little bit.
I'd like them to get something. Like, just because...
Their fans are amazing. Like, they really do.
Yeah, they've got such a good sports system. I think they deserve something.
Yeah,
More so than what they're getting right now.
I can't imagine. It must be so depressing to be an Everton fan.
Yeah.
Because they go through years where we say they haven't won a cup, things like that, but they have had Champions League nights.
Yeah.
So they have had something, but it's been a long time. We got Hammers in the next round. I'm hoping for a little... I think us and Simon have spoken. We'd love a little cup win in maybe the Carabao and maybe a quarterfinal in the Champions League.
Yeah.
That would be a really good year for us, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, people talk about winning the league, and that would be nice. But I even with the City loss, and we will talk about that.
Yeah.
It's City's league, isn't it? It's tough. It's tough to win over 38 games is so tough. So to win a cup would be nice because we got to win. If we could beat West Ham away, and then 3 other games,
Yeah.
we've won a cup.
Yeah.
It's 4 games. It's not...
And it's doable to us. Like, we know how to do
doable.
that.
Every team left in it,
Yeah.
we are better than.
Yeah. We just need
As
to know
things
that
stand,
in our own
yeah.
heads, yeah.
Maybe Liverpool is the one that you'd have that communication. If we
Yeah.
got Anfield away next, you'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a nightmare. But if we could avoid that and they get knocked out by a team that, turn up. But a team that are still in it, and we did play this weekend, are Bournemouth. We played Bournemouth away.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal were to win 4-0.
Yep.
We gave Kai Havertz his first goal,
That was lovely.
which I've seen a lot of stick because obviously we had to give him a little penalty to make sure he got his confidence up.
Yeah, but I don't-
But saying that, at the start of the season against West Ham, at 1-1,
Yeah.
Chelsea gave Enzo
Yeah.
a penalty to get his confidence up,
Yeah.
and he missed.
I think that... Yeah, true.
So
it can go either
he's still
way.
got to score.
I mean...
And it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, because I remember when you said to me, because I couldn't get eyes on the game, unfortunately, but when you were kind of giving me a running commentary, and when you said they're giving him the penalty, like, it's nice, but at the same time, if he misses, it gets 10 times worse. Like,
the confidence, not the confidence, but the pressure to feel that, because you know that I'm already getting stick.
yeah.
If I miss this,
Yeah.
that it's going to be like, he is cursed.
It was a very calm penalty, though.
He's just he's a very good football player. Like,
He is,
I think he's not gonna... It's such a... I know that when we started this podcast, we said we're going to talk about VAR, we're going to talk about Kai Havertz. Guess what? Today we're doing both.
Yeah.
I think I've said on the podcast, I think he might be a 6. I think how Arteta back in the day transitioned from a number 10 into a number 6 over time as he got older. I think he is. He's got the long limbs, he's fast, he's really good in duels.
He does thankless work.
He does
as
a
well.
lot of thanks, and he does a lot of running off the ball that opens up space for a lot of other players. Again, to buy a player that does that for 65 million is another question.
Yeah.
Because he shouldn't be.
Well, we basically had to create that player in Xhaka from nothing.
Yeah.
So now we've lost Xhaka. We had to replace him by paying good money to replace Xhaka. I know he doesn't quite offer what Xhaka did yet, but think how long it took Xhaka to figure out that role.
Yeah, Xhaka never... Like we had 2 good years out of him.
Yeah.
The other, I think he was good the whole time.
Quality
but he was very much under scrutiny, like Havertz, for 6 years prior to the last 2 years. That last year he just did was unreal.
Yeah.
But he's a very intelligent guy. Kai Havertz is a very intelligent football IQ.
Yeah.
I think if he can do what Xhaka did and learn that 8 role and learn the space, the thing is it's ever changing. And I think we see it as, I think we're worse off this year than we were last year when if you imagine the only things that have changed is Havertz for Xhaka.
Yeah.
If that's all that's changed, I think we're a worse team.
Yeah.
Not because I think Kai Havertz is worse than Xhaka. I think technically when you buy a player like that, you think we're actually improving attacking wise.
Yeah.
But I think Xhaka was just so good at that role by the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give Havertz time, he might be.
He's got to do a learning curve yet. Like he's got to figure that role out. He's a young player that's played predominantly attacking football.
Yeah, exactly. And he's also played number 9 essentially for 2 years.
Which I like that too. Like that works. I like him at number 9.
I do as well. I really enjoy him there because he's going to play as number 9. If he played for number 9 in the next 20 games, everyone's still going to give him sticks. He's going to score 4 goals.
Yeah.
And everyone's going to go, he's a number 9. He should be scoring more than 4. But you forget because there's people like Jesus who's a very good finisher.
Yeah.
But he makes the team play better when he's number 9.
Like a Firmino. Yeah.
Yeah, Firmino, Giroud was the originator of that kind of modern day 9 that doesn't score, but he makes the team tick.
Yeah.
And I think Havertz is that. But I think with Havertz it's going to take a bit of time. And what Arteta wanted this year was not necessarily to improve the individual roles.
Yeah.
He wanted to improve the squad for people who could play in multiple positions. So Havertz can play left 8.
Yeah.
He could play number 9. Xhaka could only play left 8 and at a push holding.
Yeah.
But the issue we had for 6 years was Xhaka was a holding player.
Yeah.
And he can't do what Partey can do there, or Declan Rice is in 3 games figured out.
How frustrating is it though that we didn't get to see Xhaka, Rice, and Odegaard in the same midfield though?
That is tough because I think that would have been really good.
That's money, yeah.
But it's tough. It's again, we brought in players that are versatile. Like David Raya is a goalkeeper / centre back. Because of the new formation we're playing where he steps into the centre-back to make a back 4 and Zinchenko steps into midfield to make a midfield 4, which leaves 3 up front, which means you overload the midfield of every team because there's an extra player. But the only downside is there's no one in the goal.
Yeah. Yeah, and that does, and it also explains why Ramsdale isn't playing as much. It's not because he doesn't favour Ramsdale. It's because when he wants to play that way, Raya is better at that than Ramsdale.
Pep and Arteta like an inverted fullback. Everyone in their mothers is doing an inverted fullback now.
Yeah.
Man United are trying to do it with Amrabat. It's crazy. Like people are just trying to do it. So what last year Pep did was he created the inverted centre back.
Yep.
Where Jones?
Stones.
Can you imagine if Phil Jones is doing Stones steps into the midfield, into right in the centre, and you play 4 centre backs across the back, so it's strong. So basically, when he steps in, there's 3 centre backs, and then Edison is just behind as a sweeper.
Yeah.
So it's 3 in the back with a sweeper. Arteta's taking that one level more and gone, no, I'm going to stay with the inverted fullback. He's going to step into midfield.
Yeah.
But then the left centre back in Gabriel's going to go to left back. Ben White will stay at right back. Saliba will stay at right centre back. But David Raya will just step up directly into the left centre back role.
Everyone push up.
So basically, everyone's midfield's overrun until someone wants to lob him.
Yeah.
Again, it'll work well when it works well. It'll work awfully when it works awfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think what he wanted this year was David Raya can do that. Timber can play left back, right back, centre back.
Yeah.
He brought in Havertz. Havertz is replacing Xhaka, who could play left 8, and that was really all we would trust him with because of his history. He can play now number 9 and left 8.
Yeah.
He's got people like Fabio Vieira ready who can play right midfield, left midfield, right 8, left 8. That's 4 positions.
Yeah.
This is what he's basically trying to do is... Tommy Asu's been unreal.
Yeah.
Tommy Asu's playing right back, left back and centre back all in 1 week this week.
Yeah.
Kiwior played unbelievably in the Carabao Cup.
I'd like to see a bit more of
He
him.
played left centre back, left back. So everyone's playing in these multiple positions. Gabriel Jesus, we've seen him at right midfield, left midfield, and centre forward this year.
Yeah.
Eddie, we've seen at left midfield and centre forward this year.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily improved the direct 11.
Yeah.
And I think our biggest issue last year was we were predictable because we had less injuries. So we were playing the same 11, the same style.
Yeah.
People could train for it by the end.
Yeah.
I think this year it's so hard to pick our 11 and it's so hard to know where everyone's going to play.
Yeah.
No one knows if Jesus is out wide or if he's down the middle. We don't know if Havertz going to step into 9.
Even we don't know sometimes when certain players, like last night
Honestly.
when Nketiah came on, we thought that would mean Nketiah down the wing, Jesus down the middle, but they switched it to Jesus out wide, Nketiah down the middle.
Yeah.
I think Havertz has got to do what Vieira did last season. Vieira had a very similar season last year to Havertz, where everyone was questioning his strength, his intensity. But I think Havertz will figure that out. He's a bigger, stronger player than Vieira. So I think he will figure that out. But he's got to get used to the more thankless role that he's in.
And he's also he's got so many records at Leverkusen. At Chelsea, he won the Champions League with the winning goal against City. Like, he's not a rubbish player. Like, he's not an unknown quantity. Like, this is a world-class football player. I do question it because you think probability-wise, it's going to come good.
Yeah.
And every time I watch him, he does all the thankless stuff. Like, people that are never going to... Unless, like, Arteta drools over it. Because he knows football. Pep would probably watch the same and be like, wow.
Yeah.
He's doing so much to open up the rest of the team.
Yeah, gets a foot in, gets a head in.
And at the end of the day, Havertz, when he retires, he's not a player who's going to score 400 goals and be like, I've got these personal records. He's going to go, how many Champions Leagues do I have? How many Premier Leagues do I have? How many FA Cups? All this kind of stuff. And how much money do I have in my bank account?
Yeah.
And he's already got a lot of money in his bank account. Yeah. He's already got a Champions League winners medal. All he wants to do is open up teams so that his team can win.
Yeah.
And he can say, I've won Champions Leagues. I've won Premier Leagues.
Yeah.
And I think he does that. I think he makes teams tick, and whether he can care less, I think, if he gets the social buzz or whether no one cares. Because guess what? Every manager picks him.
Yeah.
So this is what we were saying about Xhaka for 6 years, is Emery, Wenger, the Swiss coach. Everyone was... I felt like Pep then with the Korean guy. The Swiss coach, everyone picked him.
Yeah.
Ljungberg picked him.
Pep wanted him.
Picked him. Pep wanted him. Something we're not seeing, but the fan base and other fans of other teams are like, Xhaka's a joke, he's a clown. By the end, we saw what they all saw.
Yeah.
Because they found the right system for him.
He's a good soldier.
And Havertz is the exact same.
Yeah. But Havertz needs to figure that out yet. Like, I don't think Havertz is used to being the good soldier in that situation.
Yeah,
he's used to a bit more glory.
Yeah, no, Wenger said about Xhaka, didn't he? Originally he said he's a box-to-box midfielder, and we were like, is he?
Yeah.
And it took him 10 years, but I mean, by the end, he was a box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah.
But he saw that, but he just couldn't get the right players around him. Like, you can only be that player that he was when you have someone as good as Thomas Partey.
Yeah, yeah.
And Thomas Partey at 28.
Yeah.
Not 32-year-old Thomas Partey. Like, for example, Bruno Fernandes is unreal.
Yeah.
But he's got a 39-year-old Casemiro behind him. I don't know how old Casemiro is, probably 31, 32.
Yeah.
But he's not the Casemiro that Modric was dealing with.
No.
So it's you know,
like being a race car driver in a Ford Fiesta, and like you gotta work with what you got.
Exactly, and I think Rice is unreal, but I think we are better and we're stronger. And in the fantasy football community, we always talk about pep roulette. You don't put Man City, unless you're Haaland, don't put Man City players in your team because you have no clue who he's going to play at any given day and where they're going to play.
Yeah.
I do think Arteta is approaching that world, and his version of Haaland is Saka because he will play him until he is dust, like you said. There's a picture of Saka in the Arsenal kit when he was like 8.
Yeah.
No, this was the last time Saka started for Arsenal. Didn't start for Arsenal.
I understand that theory, though, because Arteta did say that before, how the good players have to play. But at the same time, you also have to work with what's happening.
Yeah, if they've got a knock, they've got a knock. Like
I understand if Messi was playing in his at the age Saka's playing now, and Messi was carrying knocks and stuff, and I think they'd rest him. Like they'd have to.
I know what he was trying to say because he was having a little pop at the generation of football.
Yeah.
Where he was saying, if you want to be the best, you do have to accept you play every 3 days and you play hurt.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I understand. Pretty much all football players play hurt. I have Achilles tendonitis. And the talk is the Saka has Achilles tendonitis. That's why he limps all the time when you see him after games and stuff like that. It's excruciating pain, and I get that. And my issue with it was, I've got it because I play football from young age. I'm sure that's the reason he's got it.
Yeah.
We accept you play football through that.
Yeah.
I live life through that. That's normal.
Well, yeah. Normal people have to go to work still when they're.
When you get a pulled hamstring.
Yeah.
You can't play through that. You have to rest that. Otherwise, you'll tear the hamstring, and then we won't see you for a long time. Not that he's got that. From what we know, he's got knocks. Yeah. He's literally been dead-legged, all things, until last night.
Or Arteta's still lying. Because he keeps playing this game where we're convinced half our team is out, and then the next team sheet comes up, and they're all in.
That's the thing. I do think he might be a liar.
In the nicest possible way.
Well...
Boss.
So Bournemouth, we won 4-0. The crowd were unreal. This time last year was when people started to realise how good our away support is.
Yeah. That's where the Saliba chant came from initially.
Yeah.
And now we have a Havertz chant.
Yeah, which is...
I can't remember. I was singing the song it's based on a week.
Waka waka, eh. It's essentially 60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores a game.
Yeah.
Waka waka.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's something along those lines, which is very fun. And people are saying, scores again. He hasn't scored before. Yes, he has.
Yeah, he always
Barcelona in the friendly. So, yeah, get over it. But no, there's some of the videos circulating of the fans, like, sambering.
Yeah.
Have you seen these videos?
No.
Unreal. I'll show you one afterwards. But there's, like, women, like, literally doing the like salsa dance towards guys they don't know. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's dancing.
Yeah.
Again, there's a group of Arsenal fans here that are not very happy because there's some issues with the ticketing this week.
Yeah.
People aren't being able to go to away games, and you have to have a certain amount of points, and you have to have all these things, all these checks in place. And people are getting a bit annoyed that like, oh look, these little kids are at the Emirates shown on TV, and then they're at the away game, whereas the Ashburton Army and all these guys that want to go to all the games aren't getting a look in. So there's something going on there, and they're not very happy about it, the Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
But as far as the away fan, I thought they're unreal.
Yeah.
Sang the whole time. I don't know what it is. Maybe we have a good support system in Bournemouth.
Potentially.
They're getting the aways. I don't know, because it's weird that this game last year was a feel-good, sunny Saturday, and the chant started. And then this year was a really good, feel-good Saturday.
I think that's just a good sunny day in Bournemouth, because I've been to Bournemouth loads of times, and it's a lovely place.
It's a lovely time, yeah. It might be that. But they were unreal. But it's quite nice because people are starting to, the idea of Highbury Library and the Emirates was a quiet place for a long time. There was a lot of booing, there was empty seats. The last couple of years, we see it as Arsenal fans because we see it every week. The crowd is unreal. Super Sundays, like the commentators have said, even Neville said, he said, the place is shaking.
Yeah.
And it's not the atmosphere of an Anfield. Like when you go to an Anfield, it's not necessarily it's shaking. It's just hostile. It's just hard to deal with. But Arsenal are just making some noise.
I think it's Arteta. He's changed the culture. Like they talk about the stuff on the pitch a lot, but I think the stuff he's done away from the pitch, like what he's created, it's the old Arsenal. He's brought that back, and it does come hand in hand with our form being good again. Mm-hmm. It does all have to work together. Like you can't have your fans aren't going to stay excited if you're losing on the pitch.
Yeah.
Like we're working with nostalgia now. Arsenal keep releasing all these nostalgia
really nice
collections, on the shop that I just want to spend all my money on, but I can't do it. But the culture that they're bringing into the grounds now is just fantastic, and the culture and the atmosphere. If we could match anything close to what Lens brought last night.
So
that's different level.
I'm so proud of that segue.
I kind of felt it was coming, but that atmosphere last night, I mean, I didn't know much about Lens going into that. I didn't realise that they were 1 point off of PSG last season at the top of the league. That's crazy. For a team that were, I think Dad said last night, the community around Lens in France is a coal mining community.
Oh, wow.
So it's a proper working class team, similar to like what you'd have with like an Everton, that setup.
Yeah.
To go from like that, what that coach has done. The coach, they said last night, used to be the B team manager for years.
Yeah.
Been there since like 2017. To work his way up to that, to be 1 point off PSG. I think they're up the top part of the league now.
No, so I just looked at it. They're 17th.
Are they?
Yeah, they're not doing very well.
I thought I checked that yesterday on the.
No, I might be way off, but so I'm just showing Joe the video. Look at this. This is the
that's
crowd.
a vibe.
They're singing Waka Waka. Hey.
That's an absolute vibe.
But look, people are just kind of shimmying towards each other. But it's a good time.
Yeah, if you can find that on the X app, do it.
The X app.
But that atmosphere last night was unreal.
They're a very well ran team. Yeah,
God,
they're
15th.
15th. They've won 2, drawn 1, lost 4.
7 points from 7.
But Lyon are bottom at the minute. So
okay, the French league changes quickly.
So you got Morocco, Brest, Reims, Nice, PSG.
Lost.
It's a weird one as well because France. We think of France, the people say the Farmers League.
Yeah.
They're a well drilled side, and it sounds weird, but when you think of French football, you think of like the way Lyon play, PSG. Yeah. You don't think of like Strasbourg's and Lens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watching it felt like we were in, like the vibe was almost like Turkey.
Yeah.
Like it sounds weird, but like that kind of atmosphere.
Yeah.
The atmosphere was unreal, and I think last night we lost 2-1. We scored an early goal. Saka got injured, so he's done a back heel.
Yeah.
This is the big worry.
Mm-hmm.
He's done a back heel and felt something. There's a news report coming from the field last night from a journalist. I can't remember the name. They said the general feeling was that he is okay.
Okay.
He can't confirm that that's 100% true.
He looked okay because he came back out to the bench in his Arsenal sweats and he was chatting. He seemed fine.
But it wasn't a knock. If it was a knock, I'd feel better about it. It's the
Yeah.
fact it's muscular and it's around the back of the leg. These are all worries because we're dealing with Martinelli being out.
Yeah.
To finally play Man City without a Rodri and a Kevin De Bruyne and a potentially Bernardo Silva, potentially Stones.
Yeah.
Because the last 4 or 5 years, you've got to remember, we've played really well against them but lost. A couple of years ago, we did lose 5-0. But every year we play them, we never have our full strength team. And we kept saying, especially last year, Saliba played half of football against Man City, and that was in Carabao.
Yeah.
And it's we never seem to get an opportunity to go like, are we as good as you 1-on-1?
Yeah.
We seem to, as soon as it comes up, there's an injury, like a real important injuries. This year they've had that happen to them.
Yeah.
Which is nice for us because we want to actually have a go at them.
That's rare as well for
It's
them. It's
really rare. Rodri does not miss games. So you got to go for it. And he does hold that team together. And we'll be interested to see how to get on with Leipzig tonight. But for us to be without Saka and Martinelli, our two most dangerous players, would be so annoying because we could deal with it. You could put Havertz down the middle and Eddie and Jesus on the wings. You could do Jesus on one side, Eddie down the middle, and then give Nelson a go. I think Nelson's good.
I like what Nelson offers.
Vieira's there. I think Vieira is his first port of call when Saka's not injured, which I like Vieira. I don't like him necessarily in that position.
It's like when Ramsey used to play out there. I like Ramsey, but
he was better in the left 8 or the right 8. I think Vieira's position, we found it right before Martinelli got injured in that Everton game. I think long term, Vieira is our left 8.
Yeah.
Because his partnership, he gets in the spaces that Zinchenko can find, like Xhaka did.
Yeah.
Havertz doesn't. He seems to kind of go out wide and open up space for other people. Mm-hmm. But Vieira sits in the little pockets, and he, in real life, in real life. I'm so used to wrestling.
Yeah.
In his day to day, he's best friends with Martinelli, and you can see it on the field that their connection is really good.
Even his creativity, like when you were saying about the new system where Raya steps up and you've got Odegaard and the left 8 pushing up behind the attackers.
Forward,
I think Odegaard and Vieira next to each other, who both offer crazy creative ability.
And we've seen that the partnership between Ben White, Saka and Odegaard on the right is our best part. That's the best thing that we do. The left side last year, Zinchenko, Xhaka, Martinelli was also very good. But this year it's been very disruptive because Zinchenko didn't start the season out left.
Yeah.
Then he came in, but we had Havertz in front of him and he wasn't sure where to be.
Yeah.
Then when we started to get that tick in with Vieira and Zinchenko and Martinelli got injured.
Yeah.
So it's all been very awkward on that left side. So But I do think Vieira's our left 8 is actually where it's at, and I think Havertz is the false 9.
Yeah.
Is probably long term where we're going. Vieira in that left 8, I really like it, but out wide he could be against Man City. He could be out right for Saka, but I think I've got everything crossed that Saka's going to be fine. But he did limp off with injury. We were talking about it last night. Champions League is where you want to do it as far as
if you want to be in that Ballon d'Or conversation.
Yeah, top level football. And he's now got 2 assists and a goal to his name in 2 Champions League games. And he's done that in a game and 10 minutes, basically. So he's doing well. And I think that's why he played. I think Arteta knows if you want to be seen as the best, you do have to play those big Champions League nights. It's not Europa League. And we're so used to, if you saw some of the people predicting the teams last night, they had people like the front 3 of Smith Rowe, Nelson and Eddie.
Yeah.
And the midfield of Vieira, Jorginho and El Nani.
You're not playing your Carabao Cup team.
You can't, and we need to get used to that. Is in the Champions League, you cannot do that.
There's no easy games.
Because guess what? We went 8 out of 11 strongest team last night.
Yep.
And potentially 9 out of 11. And we lost.
And that Lons team was, all credit to them.
Yeah.
Like, albeit we lost, the atmosphere, how organised that Lons team was, they defended, cut back, defended, cut back.
And I do think we came up against a certain type of team last night, like a very well-drilled team, great atmosphere, but also a team in which they haven't been in Champions League. They haven't had a home Champions League game since 2002.
Yeah.
So it's 21 years. They were crying at the end. The fans were crying. Similar to what what PSV dealt with us 2 weeks ago, is the fans were so desperate to hear that music at home and all that kind of stuff. And we won 4-0. We blew them away because there was a magic behind them. Yeah, emotion behind it. And I think we came up against that last night. If Lons were in this last year, I think that game's very different. Yeah. Because we missed 2 or 3 sitters. Mm-hmm. Their goalie had a blinder. Right at the end, we just started doing long ball. They couldn't deal with it. It's one of those that I think on any most day, in 9 times out of 10, we win that game.
Well, at home, I think we will.
Yeah, I do. I don't think they're good enough. But at home, there was a magic to them last night, and I think we just came up against it.
Well, it's easy to ride that emotion, because I remember last time, that first game we played at the Emirates, during that Champions League music at the start where they go along the players, I got super emotional. I had tears in my eyes. And then this week, I remember hearing the Champions League music. I wasn't even sat down for it, really.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
And I did get complacent with it.
It's normalised it.
I kind of stuck my head in the room and I was like, okay, there's the Champions League music again. Didn't feel the same emotion. Turned to my dad and said, how crazy is it that we get to hear this music regularly now? Yeah. So there is a complacency. So when you do have that first home game, emotion does power a lot.
Yes, definitely. And I think that's what we came up against. When we left, Joe and I were speaking about this last night. We probably should have cut the podcast last night. PSV and were at home to Sevilla, and Sevilla were winning 2-1.
Yeah.
And we were saying, we're going to be third in this division because obviously Sevilla and Lons are going to be on 4.
Yeah.
We're on 3, and then it's PSV on none.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, we're third in this league. And the next game is Sevilla away, and you're thinking, this is a nightmare. Yeah. But I saw PSV got a late goal. Yeah. It was actually a draw, which means we're second in the league.
Oh, wow.
So PSV has Sevilla on 2 points.
Okay.
We're on 3.
Wow.
PSV, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, basically. And we're 1 behind Lons. And again, that instantly made me feel better that we weren't third in the league and we weren't trying to make up 2 points. And that's why it's so important to win your home games. Yeah. Because if you win your 3 home games, you get 9 points. Yeah. If you win 1 more away, you're probably through. Yeah. So you just got to pick out one of them, but not give certain teams too many points. So Lons, I think, are going to lose away from home to everyone. Yep. I think they drew day 1. Yeah, they drew. Yeah. So they drew away from home last week to Sevilla. Yeah, that's a good point for them, though. Yeah, and but it looks like Sevilla like to draw. So we've got them next, and they're the team that I was in fear of the most. Yeah. And if we could get a draw away from home, or even a sneak, if we won, then I think we're off to the races. Yeah. But a draw, and then we go home to Sevilla and we win that, we'd be on 7 points. Yeah. And I think you'd be starting to go, and at that point, I think you might see Lons and PSV. Yeah. We'd be top at that point. Yeah. And I think you can then just edge out beating. I think we'd then get Lons at home, Sevilla at home, Lons at home, and you win them back to back, I think that it's all wrapped up.
Yeah.
But it did make me feel uncomfortable last night because, I was enjoying it. And even when we lost, I wasn't upset because obviously with group football, you can't be like devastated. Like the Premier League is just an unrelenting thing that never ends.
Oh, if you drop points
you just never make them back up, it feels like. Whereas in the Champions League, it's like, and they played well, the atmosphere was great, they're finishing. They had 3 chances in that game. 2 of them were half chances, and they scored both of them. The finish was in the corner of the net and everything like that.
Not just that, their touches in general, like you were saying last night, they were pinging the ball out of defence at the midfield, and it was just sticking to them.
They were just having I think they had not a one-off, but like a
worldie of a game.
A worldie game, a perfect night. And they said afterwards they'll be talking about that for 20 years that they beat Arsenal. And the last time they won a big game in the Champions League was in the group stages, game day 2. They won at home to AC Milan, and AC Milan won the Champions League. So I'll leave it at that.
It was 2-1 as well.
It was 2-1, and that was the last time they were in the Champions League. The other part that I wanted to talk about the game was David Raya.
Yep.
So he gives the ball away for their first goal.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Ramsdale gave a ball away in the last 2 years probably 5 or 6 times that led to goals. This is going to happen.
Yeah.
And when you think of the numbers, David Raya is hitting double the amount of passes as Ramsdale.
Yeah.
More mistakes are going to happen.
Percentage-wise, yeah.
Because if he's, if Ramsdale's putting 50 balls out and he cost us 8 goals with that way, if he's doing 100 balls, he's going to cost us, I don't think double the amount of goals because I think he's better at doing it.
Yeah.
But this is going to happen. And the guy, and also from the minute he made the mistake, it wasn't like he did what Onana did last night, just passed the ball to the guy and give away a penalty essentially. Yeah. It was halfway line. He had Tomiyasu running back. He had Rice with the guy. The guy then just nips in above him. Then he passes it across. Then he gets it over his head. Then he volleys it into the far corner. The chances of that. I just had a phone notification come through that could have messed up the audio down there. That was from a random number.
Leave us alone.
Leave us alone. We're podcasting. So there's so much to do. I don't necessarily blame Raya for that.
No.
But I do think Arteta might be very protective of Raya more than we realise. He's going to play every game.
Yeah.
Because afterwards he said, mistakes happen. Whereas when Ramsdale did it, it was very much, this cannot happen.
Yeah.
So I do worry about that. And I know if Simon was here, he'd be talking about Ramsdale right now. I love Ramsdale. I do want him back in the team. I don't know. I just think that if Raya makes that mistake, and let's say at the weekend because even the goals, they're very good finishes.
Yeah.
But there was a big portion of people saying that Ramsdale's got to do better with, I think it was Rashford's goal.
Oh, yeah.
In the Emirates.
Yeah.
These ones were very similar.
Yeah.
And Raya didn't get close to them. So I don't think it's that, because I think Ramsdale's positive is he's a good shot stopper.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can really argue that point. So I would just like to say that if Man City were to score a couple goals, either a mistake from Raya or maybe a goal that you think he should have done better with a near post shot or something, I'd like to see Ramsdale get back in.
Yeah, he deserves that chance.
Because I think if you make a couple mistakes, isn't that what he's kind of, the culture he's trying to breed is perfection.
Yeah. We've seen it before.
Then I'd like to see it. I don't like the idea of, if let's say Havertz has a bad game, we don't want to pile on, but it's like, take him out of the firing line.
Yeah.
Like, if he's not good enough, don't be like, oh, he's one of my favourites. So I'm going to keep forcing. Like, at the minute, for whatever reason, he loved Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie is the main man to Arteta at the minute. And I think Eddie's been pretty poor the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he hasn't been quite far in.
And I didn't mention it the other week, but we'll talk about it in a sec. It's a red card I want to talk about.
Yep.
Because I think what we're moving on to next, because Champions League is Champions League. The international break's coming, and after that, we're going to go thick and fast up until Christmas to see if we do make it into those knockout stages. Yeah. But I do want to talk about last week's Premier League action, because we need to preview this week's Premier League action. Yeah. And we're already 40 minutes into this podcast.
Wowee!
So last week, if I can find it, so a couple of people got a couple score lines right.
Okay.
So I'll tell you who won last week, but I noticed one earlier, which was you went for Palace 1-0 away at Man United 1-0.
Oh, yeah.
You got it spot on.
Fantastic.
There's a couple. So there's the Tottenham-Liverpool. Mm-hmm. You went 2-2. I was tempted to give you the point because that is the result.
You'd like to think that's how it works, wouldn't you?
But that's why we're going to get
into... Like that kid that put the bet on and didn't get his Luis Diaz goal.
That guy needs to do something about that. So last week, I can tell you that I got 6 points.
Okay.
And you and Simon got 5.
Wow.
Okay.
It's close, isn't it?
So overall, I now have won 3 weeks. You've won 2. Simon's won 2. But overall, points-wise, you and I are on 26.
Okay.
Right? and Simon's on 27. So
tight.
it's very tight still.
3-horse race.
It is. So I'm pretty happy with that because I've been doing pretty badly.
That's very good.
Well, last week, Joe, you got 2 right. And then this week you got 5. So you've definitely improved.
I tried I went back to devil's advocate once again.
You did, yeah. You sound like how Travis Kelce talks on the New Heights podcast. Oh, yeah.
Wish I had an energy drink to promote or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're drinking something, but we're not getting paid, so that's fine. I paid for them, which is the problem. But this week's action, but I want to talk lastly, because last week there was a lot of bizarre results. Man United against Palace winning.
Yeah.
Man United also lost last night to Galatasaray 3-2. They're an absolute mess.
It's not.
And again, a few weeks ago I said we're going to get our friend Bruno, who's a Man United fan, onto the podcast. It's coming. I need to get him on because we do need to talk Man United, and we need to. I might do it as a separate pod where we just break down the state of Man United.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you're an Arsenal fan listening to this, you'll enjoy it. If you're a Man United fan, it might be cathartic.
It's not.
And if you're a Premier League fan, you might be interested.
Yeah.
Because again, you don't follow every team; you follow your team, and then you kind of vaguely.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to hear some more ins and outs of what the hell is going on there, because it's almost laughable. Like
it's scary.
Wow, it's a bad. But last week, something else that was very bad was the VAR.
Yep.
So we're doing the big double tonight, Havertz and VAR, going all in.
Premier League's a gift that keeps on giving.
So Liverpool played Spurs away.
Yep.
Everyone's heard this to death, so I'm not going to go too deep.
No.
But we're going to talk about what's happened more recently, because if you're listening to this today on the Wednesday, last night we had the audio of the VAR.
Yeah.
So basically, Liverpool went down to 10 men.
Yep.
I think we should do a little roundup. Liverpool went down to 10 men. Curtis Jones got sent off.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone listening, that was a red card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That wasn't a bad decision. Let's just figure this out. Neville on the commentary might have swayed you into it because he said something about he's touched the ball and he's gone, okay. But I mean, Casemiro just blows at someone and gets sent off. Nowadays, red cards are red cards. And he was saying we shouldn't look at the still image. Carragher was saying the ref, and I agree, the ref shouldn't run over to that screen and instantly see a still image of the guy's leg bending. Because you're instantly going, okay, it's a red card.
Yeah.
He should show the whole incident.
Yeah.
I still think if he shows him the whole incident, it's a red card. Because whether you mean to go over the ball or not, the point of a red card is you're endangering the opponent.
And you've made a mistake.
Yeah. If his leg bows,
yeah,
because your leg is straight and with studs,
super dangerous,
into his shin, it's a red card. So guess what? It's a red card. Fine. Ref made the right decision. VAR did fine. Secondly, at 10 men, Liverpool scored to go 1-0 up.
Yep.
Luis Diaz scores. In real time, I think we all kind of went, oh, I don't know. Like, no one really...
Similar to the United one against us.
Very similar. In the United one against Arsenal, in real time, I was like, oh, he's on. It just looked on. Then when they showed the lines, I was like, oh, man, I think he might be on. It was hard to tell. Here's the thing. This is very different to that goal. I've seen a lot of people talk about it. That goal, the technology they're using is fine. It's offside. It's marginal, but it's offside. And if you look at it, it visually looks offside when you actually pause it.
Yeah.
This one is very different. It's instantly
onside.
It's instantly onside. So on the field, they give it off.
Yeah.
We've now had the VAR.
The audio.
The audio.
You heard it very quickly at the start of the show.
Yeah. So essentially what's happened there is it's given offside and they do a check. They get the 2D lines out. They roll it. And in all fairness, this is the worst part. Is if the verbiage at the end of this audio was it's onside, check complete, and the ref changed it and it was given.
Yeah.
It was one of the swiftest, best VAR moments I think I've seen.
Yeah.
And again, that's why they said, well done, boys, good process.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious that they got it so wrong. Because it took around 19 seconds to get an offside decision.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, we've been watching very obvious onside goals, for example, take 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
They did it very quickly, and the speed they moved at was very good.
Yeah.
The downside is the verbiage they used was check complete.
Yeah.
They say check complete, and the ref goes, cool, and he blows up, and they carry on the game.
Yeah.
It's only the tech operator, who's not an official, who goes...
Are we happy with it?
It's always fun. Are we happy with this?
Guys,
everyone seeing this? Are we all happy?
Guys,
you see what's happening on the field? Like, they're just playing on, yeah?
He's basically saying, I can't really give my input here, but...
The poor guy's like the only one that's switched on. The others must have started drinking their drinks or something. He was like, guys, the game's carrying on. Like, I don't think that's what you wanted, was it? Because it was onside.
Yeah.
There's the bit that we're a bit worried about is the fact that the ref said that he didn't know a bad decision had happened until half-time.
Yeah.
We can hear them talking to the ref. I don't know if the ref can hear them unless they press like a button and they can talk to him because he's not responding.
Yeah.
But Neville and Carragher have brought up that the ball's in play for another about 15 seconds and it goes out of play for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So perfect time to just stop the game. The ref has a face and it does look like he's going to be sick, kind of like he's hearing this chaos going on, like, oh my God, what have we done? The ruling is they were going by their actual rules.
Yeah.
That once the play starts again,
Yeah.
they're not allowed to restop it. Which, to me, is like saying, all right, the rules are we can't leave Tesco's by just stealing food, yeah?
Yeah.
But if he gets out the door,
We're safe.
whether he's done it or not, he's technically out the door, he can leave.
We've left Tesco's. I can't do anything.
Yeah, I can't bring him back into the shop. Why would you make that rule? You would just make the rule of if he's stolen it, we go get the food.
Yeah.
If the decision's wrong, get the decision right. Even if it was 2 minutes later, even if Tottenham scored, which they did a couple minutes later, and then they realised, bring it back. And guess what? People would be fine with it. They wouldn't be fine. They'd be angry at how long it took.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with this case, within 3 seconds of the restart, the guy was saying to them, we need to restop the game.
I think the consequences of stopping the game slightly later and breaking the rules a little bit is a lot better than the consequences
of being sued by a club that potentially could get relegated or miss out on champions or whatever it is.
There's lawsuits, there's apologies, people are going to lose out on money, clubs lose out on money if that point then becomes a problem later.
To give you an idea, if, let's say, that was us, Arsenal, we were Spurs, and they did that, and then they carried on, and I was like, oh my God, it was onside. Like, how are they not giving that? If, like, a minute later they stopped the game and gave it, I'd be like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
It was onside. Like, as an Arsenal fan, I'd be like, if Spurs fans have said it, like, I don't like Liverpool, but I mean, they got screwed there.
Yeah.
No, all the fans want is for the game to be as even and, like, officiated correctly as possible.
Yeah.
I don't want bad decisions. I don't go into a game and think, I hope the ref just hates Man City this weekend and sends them all off. I just want the game to be reffed fair. Yeah. And I'm hoping Arsenal win because of it. It's not because of it, but they win. And I'll be like, yeah, cool.
It's kind of been taken out of our hands now, and we have to kind of deal with it, because before, if we'd have bad decisions being made, we'd have to then, like what we do after a game, we'll stand around the dining room table and chat about it. But we'll chat about it until we're fine with it. We move on to next week because the ref made a mistake. Yeah. But now they've given us this system that we didn't ask for, given it to us, and they're still making mistakes, which is not supposed to happen now. So it's making it 10 times worse. So I think if you're going to do it, you have to do it properly. But I think I heard someone say on TalkSport last night, they said it's the communication between the VAR and the refs is not professional enough.
It seems chaos, doesn't it? Like, it's like 10 people talking.
It's too chummy, they're saying. Like, it's too, like, slap on the back. This is it, mate. Go with this, mate. Like, it's all a little bit...
Yeah. I think it should be silence.
Yeah.
Like, and just one guy's checking it. The other people are watching him. And if he, like, notices he's making a clear mistake, like, you need to check that.
Way more clinical.
And then just goes, it's onside. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Press the button. And then you go, whoever the ref is. Mike Dean.
Yeah.
It's not, but, Mike, can you hear us? Yeah. It's onside.
Yeah.
That's all he has to say.
Not just,
and then the ref can go, all right, we gave it off. All right, we changed the decision. It's on. That's all. They've given themselves like language. Like they have to say check completely.
Yeah.
So therefore you're relying on these humans sat in there, paying attention enough to realise that it was given... Like visually what they were watching was Luis Diaz with his hands on his head.
Yeah.
And a linesman holding like a flag up. How did they not realise that it's offside? Like if Luis Diaz had celebrated into the far corner, you weren't listening to the commentary, you might have been like, oh, maybe they did give it.
Yeah.
But they didn't. And while they were doing all these checks, there's a camera to their left and they're watching the game. They would see that Tottenham are just holding the ball where the goal went in, as opposed to a group of Liverpool players all surrounding each other, like celebrating. Like, I think it is just a lapse in judgment. I think they did know it was offside. I think they just forgot they had to tell them, reverse your decision.
It was bad communication, It
was just bad communication.
But like you said, it is chaos in that box. Because it's the equivalent of, like, if you're listening to this podcast, you've gone on a run for 60 minutes, you're out of breath, your head's rattled because you're out of breath, and me and Scott and a third other person who we don't know who that is over in the corner, we're all saying stuff all at the same time.
I'm going, get a drink. You're going, take your inhaler, get a drink, get a drink, get a drink. You need to stretch, change your clothes.
It's chaos.
Is the dog gone out? Take the dog out.
Yeah.
It's like, what is happening?
It doesn't have to be like that.
No, it doesn't. And I think it's just, it's nice because as an Arsenal fan, we talked about this before, but, you know, last year there was a couple of apologies put out. We were the recipients of it. And again, it changed, like, for example, this one. There's talk that Liverpool want to take this further to like replays. You cannot do that because there's two instances. This was on, by the way, This Morning covered this and BBC Breakfast covered this.
Wow.
This is how big it is. And I think it is due to the fact it was prime time, Saturday night TV, it was on television. Whereas last year, all the apologies were on games at 3 o'clock and things like that weren't seen. So they were saying, what if Liverpool lose the league by 2 points?
This is stuff we've been saying for years about.
But guess what?
Decisions.
You don't have to think about it. Arsenal happened last year.
Yeah.
To a goal that happened with 7 or 8 games remaining.
We're top of the league.
We were top of the league at the time, and they actively missed a human.
Yeah.
Like a whole player was just missed, and they gave a goal, and we lost 2 points. Yeah, we lost the season by 4 points in the end.
But momentum changes.
That changes everything. So that really does affect it. Do you know what happened afterwards? Arteta said it was the wrong decision. They came out and said sorry, and also went, all right, on to the next game.
Yeah.
What Liverpool are doing is bizarre because at the end of the day, you might have scored that goal. You also went down to 9 men. Yeah. Rightly so. Because I know the Jota one people have issues with. The first one, he clips his ankles by accident. I don't think it's a booking. The second one, but if you're on a booking, there's no arguing. Why would you do what you did? On a booking? Because again, last year we had some bizarre things.
Martinelli in particular got booked twice in the same play.
Martinelli tried to block a throw-in coming in, jumped up in the air. They threw it over his head. He pulled the guy down. He gave him 2 yellow cards for the 2 things,
which isn't possible.
Which has never happened.
That's not a
before,
thing,
and it hasn't, and it keeps happening. Every game, if you watch a game this weekend, someone will kick a guy. He'll play an advantage, and the same guy will go through the guy because he knows he can get away with one.
Yeah,
and he'll book him. He won't book him twice, and that happened. And go back against Wolves 2 years ago. David Luiz gave away a penalty that we lost the game. He was just running behind the guy, and the guy stud with a millimetre touched him.
Very similar.
He got a red card and a penalty. Yeah, it's exactly the same as Jota. Guess what? It happens. So they were down to 9 men. They're probably going to lose the game anyway.
It does feel like this is in Liverpool's culture to whine a little bit, though. They're always trying to clutch.
I love Klopp, but come on, guys.
Yeah.
I just think it's a bit much. I think it's a bit OTT. The only thing I'd say is I'm glad it's happened to an extent because last year, I think it all happened to people like Brighton and Arsenal.
Yeah.
Go back 2 years, it happened to Sheffield United and Villa with goal line technology wasn't turned on, and that cost a team a whole year in the Premier League.
That's nuts.
And guess what? They did less than what Liverpool are doing right now.
I don't understand. I don't like getting into legalities and stuff, but how is that not a lawsuit case?
I think, again, because it's sporting integrity and stuff.
But it's companies involved. Like, football teams are companies.
People got sacked over that.
People get sacked.
And the manager got sacked.
They lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's
what I mean. So, like, Sheffield United have lost out. That last year, us and Brighton... You know, again, we don't know what it would have changed. Because, for example, the Sheffield United one, if the goal line technology was turned on, they still might have lost that game. That's why they get away with it. Because, again, this Liverpool goal happened, 20 minutes, 30 minutes in?
Yeah, so there's time to still go.
If they had given it, Tottenham might have come out even more guns a-blazing because they were like, we're down a men. Yeah. They might have won 4-1.
Yeah.
Because they played different.
Yeah.
We don't know. So, again, Arsenal, Brentford, it happened right at the end of the game. Yeah, so we might have won that game. We might have also gone on a losing streak. I don't know. So, realistically, you can't really do anything about it because we don't know what would have happened. There's no finalities unless it was the penalty at the end of a Champions League final, the 5th penalty, and the guy comes off his line, they don't check it.
Yeah.
That's the only one you could actually have a gripe with because it was guaranteed. He went the wrong way, let's say.
Yeah.
Or he saved it. He came off the line, but he didn't redo it.
Yeah.
That is final. That should have been retaken. It didn't. You got screwed.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything's so liquid, it moves, and you can't really guarantee it. The thing I'd say though is this has made such a thing of it because already this year they made 3 apologies last year. I think 2's already been done this year.
Yeah,
I think Wolves had an apology for the fact that they missed out on a penalty against Man United.
Yep.
And now this one. I think the offside one is way worse because I think
it's clear.
The Man United one, you could ask 100 people, 90 people might say it's a penalty, 10 people might say no. It's opinion. So the Man United one, I get they did an apology because they think they got it wrong. But it's also a decision. It's like a red card. It's like some see it as red, some see it as a yellow. When they just don't do the lines or they miss a player or anything like that, that goal line technology, these things, they have the technology, they just use it wrong, or they don't communicate it correctly.
Yeah.
That's straight up
Fact.
That's fact, and it's wrong.
Yeah.
Whereas opinion, like decisions, like the Man United penalty and stuff, like, oh, we're sorry, we should have had a penalty. It's like, yeah, but a ref on a different day, like, I think Dermot Gallagher was talking about it, and he was like, yeah, I don't think it's a penalty because he hits the player in front, it goes to the other player, it's not. So, I don't know, but the only thing I'd say is I think this will help VAR long term.
Yeah.
Because they'll change the way they talk, they change the way they communicate, and we'll probably get better decisions because of it. We hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as far as everything else, like, it was hilarious. At the end of the day, like, as far as all that game in general was hilarious. Like 9 men, a straight up wrong VAR decision, an own goal in the 98th minute or something. Like, it was just chaos.
Tottenham Liverpool's always wild.
It is, yeah. And Tottenham have Liverpool and City's number.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but they just do. So that's our VAR chat. It's not really. I don't know. You could do a whole podcast on it because it is just chaos. But what we might have to do is just slam through the Premier League predictions.
Let's do it.
So this is going to be almost like a speed one. So we don't have to overdo it unless something particularly comes in, because we didn't even talk about the fact that Wolves beat City, which has opened up the whole league. But so first game. 12:30 on a Saturday. We got Luton v Spurs. Simon's gone 1-0 Luton, of course.
Yeah, boy.
And I do need to bring up the fact that we didn't ever actually predict Luton Burnley last night.
Oh, okay, the game that got forgotten.
The extra game.
Yeah.
But I'm sure everyone would have gone Luton. and Burnley won. So no one would have got points. So I feel quite good about the prediction league. But Simon went Luton.
Okay.
1-0. Luton v Spurs. This is the one that we were saying was the football math that everyone was doing at the start of the season. Spurs will beat Man City 2-0. City will beat Luton 9-0.
Yep.
Luton will beat Spurs 1-0.
Weird.
That's the kind of gag that everyone was saying.
Yeah.
But I think it's do you know what I'm going to say? I'm never going to go Spurs again. I'm just going to go Luton. I think Spurs are going to win, but I'm going Luton.
Okay.
I'm going to go Luton 1-0 because of that football math.
Normally, if I went Luton here, that would be devil's advocate.
So you're actually going to go the other way?
I'm going to go Spurs. I'm going to say Spurs 3-0.
To be honest, I think you're more likely to get that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Luton are very good. I think Spurs are good.
Yeah.
And I think the whole thing of like Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea's, we go away to certain teams, you just instantly think this is bad news.
Yeah.
I think this year there's not many teams that are that scary to go away to, like the Stokes and Burnleys of the old. Nowadays, going to Burnley or going to Luton, I think it's not actually that worrying.
No.
There's certain grounds like Everton you don't want to go to, but even Everton, like Luton beat Everton.
Yeah.
The grounds aren't as scary.
It's a lot more open now.
Yeah, it's a lot easier than it used to be, I think. Second game is Burnley versus Chelsea. Chelsea finally got a goal away at Fulham.
Yeah.
Fulham are very bad.
Yeah.
And Chelsea, but the thing is, Chelsea, I think, are simmering underneath. When it clicks, it's going to click big because they're the only team that haven't lost a game XG-wise.
Yeah.
They create the most XG of any team, and they concede very little.
Yeah.
So
bundles of potential in that team.
Yeah, Simon's gone 1-1.
Okay.
I'm going to copy him and go 1-1. Because I don't think Chelsea will win it, but I just don't see Burnley winning it.
I think that's Chelsea 1-0.
Okay.
I'm going to go Chelsea. I'm going to have to play devil's advocate once again.
Travis Kelce voice. Everton versus Bournemouth. I think this is an awful game. Everton are in a bad run.
Yeah.
Bournemouth haven't won a game yet, I don't believe. They've drawn all theirs, which would make you believe it could be a draw.
Yeah.
I think Everton, they go away to Brentford and win. They go home and lose to Luton.
Yeah.
They're a very bizarre team. I'm going to go for an Everton 2-1 win.
Ooh. So I'm not going to be playing devil's advocate in this one. I'm going to go.
Simon went 0-0, by the way.
I'm going to have to go Everton winning this 1-0. Yeah, I think Everton, they've shown little signs. They've shown more signs than Bournemouth. So
I've just seen it. Some of these games are awful.
Yeah.
Fulham versus Sheffield United.
Woo!
I think that's a 1-0 Fulham win.
1-0 Fulham, Sheffield United. Yeah, I see. No matter, even though Fulham aren't in the best place right now,
they're awful. But I just think Sheffield United are worse.
Yeah, I think Fulham will win that 1-0.
Simon has gone 1-1.
Nice. He got a few draws there.
He's got a lot of draws. There's more. We got Man United Brentford.
Okay.
Which it feels like it's the. It feels like you're being quite brave if you went Man United here.
Yeah.
But I think Brentford have been figured out a bit. They're very poor.
Which is a shame.
Yeah, but again, if you could ever see a game where Worcester and Burmo are going to just run into that away end and win 2-0 on the break, it's that one.
Old Trafford feels like the place that a small team goes and gets a win.
So everyone gets their season back on track. Simon's gone 2-1 Brentford. I like that.
Yeah.
But I'm actually going to go United. I think it's going to be a United 2-0 win.
Okay.
Because United is so bizarre that I'm just hedging my bets, really.
You know what? I was going to go Brentford, but I'm going to play devil's advocate here, and I'm going to go 1-1.
1-0, yeah?
Yeah, 1-1. Draw.
1-0 draw. Then we got Palace versus Forest, another very average game.
Yeah.
Again, I say this every week. Forest are very good in the counter.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
That's all I seem to know about Forest. But I really like Palace. I think they concede very little. The partnership of Gay and Anderson is really good.
Yeah.
I just like Palace. I think they're drilled. They're the English lens.
Yeah, yeah.
Roy just has them.
Good atmosphere.
And yeah, at home, I think they're just that little bit better. I think they'll have a little bit too much for Forest. I think I'm going to go 2-1 Palace.
Okay, so you've gone 2-1. Simon's gone draw. I'm going to have to go Forest winning that one 2-1.
1-2 even.
1-2.
The next game's a good one. Brighton at home to Liverpool.
Well, that's fun.
I don't know. I think that might not be on TV.
Oh, really?
No, I think that Palace game might be.
Okay.
Yeah. Palace Forest is the 5:30.
Wow.
Oh, Brighton Liverpool's on the Sunday at 2 o'clock on TV. On Sky TV.
That'd be a good one.
Simon's gone 2 on Brighton.
Okay.
Liverpool are going to be without Jota and Curtis Jones.
Okay.
I don't think they're massive misses, really.
No.
So they'll have a front three of... And Gakpo's injured.
Yeah.
So if you're fantasy football guys out there like myself who have Darwin in their squad, Darwin's going to play. Because you've got to look at Salah, Diaz and Darwin as the front three.
Yeah.
The midfield is going to be Sosbola.
Okay.
Trying to say that every
Working
week.
on that.
Yep. I have. McAllister, obviously, and I forget their holding player. They don't have any. I don't know. Brighton are really bizarre. I think 9 times out of 10 they're going to win a game 3-0.
Yeah.
And then they'll just get blown away. And they got blown away last week. They've been blown away before. I honestly don't know. You just don't know what Liverpool are going to turn up, is what I'm going to say. Because this time last week, everyone was saying Liverpool are the front runners to beat City.
Well, they seem like they'd figured it out.
And then they go down to 9 men and lose to Spurs, and everyone's thinking, maybe they're not that good. So right now, they're both these teams' stock is really low. Just because of 1 week.
Yeah.
Which makes you wonder. But just to bring up the Brighton-Villa game, the XG on that game had Brighton and Villa drawing 1-1.
Wow.
And they lost 6-1.
Help my fancy
was
team.
Was it 5-1 or 6-1? 6-1, I think.
Yeah.
Brighton are very good.
Yeah.
It was just one of those days. Those days happen.
Yeah.
Everything Villa touched went in. So Brighton are very good. They're very good at home.
But
I
they
don't know.
wobbled.
I think it's a heck of a game.
That's a good game.
I'm going to go Brighton. Simon's
Okay.
gone 2 on Brighton. I'm going to go 2-0 Brighton.
I hate to go against Brighton, but the devil in me is showing his face. And I'm going to go 3-0 Liverpool.
Do you know, again, I really think this is hard to... This could be a Darwin masterclass. Then you just go, they are title contenders. Last week was a blip.
Those two teams in particular playing at this point, where they've both shown good signs and bad signs, that it could go...
That's what I mean. It's a really good game to watch. I think that's the pick of the bunch this week.
Yeah.
Well, Sunday in general. Yeah. There's 2 massive games back-to-back. That'd be a hell of a week. And if you're into NFL, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Niners is going to be a hell of a game. We got West Ham versus Newcastle next. Simon's got 2-1 West Ham.
That's a fun game.
So, West Ham pretty much win 2 in a row, lose 1.
Yeah.
That's kind of their
Similar to Brighton.
Yeah, Newcastle have got a massive game tonight against PSG. They've got injuries in Botman, Tonali, and Joel Linton.
Oh my goodness.
So their squad is quite thin already.
Yeah.
So, and then Barnes is already out with the foot injury.
Eesh. Do we know what that is yet?
They say it's a very rare foot injury, but I don't know.
For 3 months.
Yeah, I think it could be plantar fasciitis. The old Greg Olsen injury. This is tough because Newcastle can be exhausted.
Yep.
But last time they played Milan, they came back with that win. With a very good win. Sorry, not the Brighton one, but the other one.
Yeah, they work hard.
They pretty much went to Milan, won at the weekend, beat City in the week. 1-6-1. No, not 6-1. 2-0 at the weekend.
Yeah.
And now they're coming back to PSG. So you really don't know. But West Ham, right now, Bowen is in unreal form. So again, fantasy football, if you've not got Bowen in your team, or Ward-Prowse, they're two amazing pickups. This is tough.
That's a hard game. These games definitely got harder as it went on.
I'm going to go 2-2 draw.
Okay.
Because I can't pick it.
I'm going to side with West Ham on this one,
Okay.
I think.
So you and Simon are both going West Ham?
Yeah, I think Newcastle had a tough stretch. They've dropped players now. They're going to be very tired. I think West Ham 2-1.
Same as Simon.
Nice.
Cool. And then we got Wolves of Villa. Both coming off amazing, probably their best wins of the year.
These games have definitely improved as it's gone on.
Yeah, Simon's gone 3-1 Villa. I like Wolves. I think
Yeah.
Wolves are a very neat and tidy team. I think they don't have much end product.
Yeah.
But last week they did. But that is a game in which they had about 20% possession. They had, I think it was 3 shots on goal.
Yeah.
2 went in. They rode their luck at times. Again, that is against the best team in the world.
Yeah.
So, when you think about it that way, that is normal.
Yeah.
I just think Villa are in really good stretch of form. This is a derby. I'm going to go Villa 1-0.
Okay.
Watkins is in too good a form.
He is, but I don't think he's going to be able to recreate what he did last week again. That's quite rare.
No, he's the first Villa player, I think, I don't know how long, to score 2 hat-tricks in a season. And it's only 10 games in.
Yeah.
Like in all comps.
I'm going to go 1-1 draw.
Okay.
I think Wolves are going to grind out a point there.
So the next last game is Arsenal-Man City, which we're going to preview a little bit more in depth.
Lovely.
Simon's got 2-1 Arsenal.
Okay.
So we'll give our predictions first and then we'll kind of break it down a bit before we get out of it.
Yeah.
If we're ever going to... The Saka thing makes me... I don't feel confident.
No.
I've mentioned this before. I'm not a confident Arsenal fan. Like, there's not many games that I think, oh yeah, we're winning this.
No.
I can't go against us in a prediction. I could go draw for the points, because then I either get the points or I get the win.
Yeah.
But a loss would just hurt.
Oh, yeah, I can't do that.
I
can't put that in the universe.
If we're ever going to do it, it's now. So I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal.
That's a good scoreline.
Simon's got 2-1 Arsenal. I don't know. Haaland's going to score.
Yeah.
It just depends. There's so many...
I don't know. I think Sleep will have a good time with Haaland.
The thing is, we're so cursed when it comes to City. We're just not good against City.
Yeah.
And when we are good, we still lose.
Yeah.
This game just has like Gabriel getting sent off after 5 minutes. We're all over it. And the one we all turn up, the flags are out, everyone's excited. Could we finally beat Man City?
There's a solid 20 minutes at the start that looks hopeful.
2 minutes in, Saka gestures over. We tried, but it's hurt. Gabriel flies through the back of Haaland, trying to get too tight early on.
Gets 2 reds somehow.
And we're down to 10, and we go, oh, this one time, we now got to watch this, take our medicine and just watch.
Absorb.
80 plus minutes of just City onslaught, and we end up losing. That's how I feel as an Arsenal fan is going to happen. But I'm still going to go 2-1 because I've got to try and manifest something into existence.
That's what my thinking is. The whole time you're talking, I was going to play safe and go draw. But for the sake of manifesting positivity into the world, I'm going to have to go 2-1 Arsenal as well.
I like that.
Because that's 3 of us positively manifesting that into the world. So I think it's going to be 2-1 Arsenal.
Cool.
I don't even need to watch it.
Now we need to break the game down a little bit. We've kind of broken down a lot of the parts.
Yeah.
I think we know that Rodri is definitely out.
Yep.
And then as far as injuries, they've got Bernardo Silva and Stones, who trained yesterday.
Okay.
We'll know more tonight of the Leipzig game if any of them are fit.
Yeah.
Partey was back in training yesterday as well.
Yep.
But he didn't play any part of the game last night.
No.
Because obviously people were saying, with their midfield struggling, because Kovacic and Calvin Phillips is not up to the level of, like, let's say it was Odegaard, Partey and Rice.
Yeah.
That is just the first time we could actually go away in the middle. Because this time last year, their midfield that we were dealing with was Rodri, De Bruyne and Gundogan. And that was what everyone had to deal with. And that is one of the best midfields you could put together.
Yeah.
This year, for us to have our version of that, which is Odegaard, Rice and Partey, which I don't think we're going to, because Partey I don't think is going to be fit, to try and boss a midfield that is Rodri, Gundogan and De Bruyne less.
Yep.
Would be very nice.
Yeah.
The danger for me, I actually think, is Haaland, obviously, but I think it's Doku,
Oh, yeah.
the winger. He is such an electric winger.
Yeah.
And I found that this year, anytime we have direct wingers, so in the last year or so, like Ben White up against people like Zaha and that, Zinchenko is a problem.
Yep.
defensively. He's unreal. But even in that Lens game, you saw when we get turned over, he is a liability defensively, which I don't mind because I think the point of him is if he doesn't play, we don't attack correctly.
Yeah.
If we do play, we're defensively a little bit...
If we get caught out.
Yeah, which is why Timber was brought in, because he does both very well. He doesn't do the Zinchenko bit as well, but he defends as well as do a bit of that. So it's kind of... Tomiyasu does it very well as well. I don't know as far as City injuries, and obviously they're playing Leipzig tonight, anything could happen. But I do have this horrid feeling that anytime... Because like when you look at Man United, you look at... Liverpool... No, Man United. Man United have City's number. Tottenham have City's number.
Yeah.
We have the opposite of whatever someone having someone's number is with City.
There's a weird gamesmanship with Pep and Arteta, though. Like, I feel like when they come together for these games, they're trying to outplay each other. I think it turns into a whole separate game to everything else.
Yeah, I think it means more to Arteta that I think he's trying to make a point that... And I think this is when we joke that Pep gets galaxy brain. I think Arteta has a bit of that syndrome in him. That I think Arteta tries to go, oh, how could I confuse him? As opposed to just going... Let's play our best 11.
Yeah, let's beat them.
And let's play football. And the only time that happened is once in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And if you remember, it was New Year's Day. Arteta had COVID, so he wasn't there to muck about.
Yeah.
And we outplayed them for 90 minutes. And they got a penalty that was not a penalty.
Yep.
Gabriel got sent off near the end on tackle on Jesus.
That was a good game.
And Rodri scored the header at the end of the game. And we all just went, that is the best we've ever played. And we still lost 2-1.
Yeah.
And I think it was because we just played our best team, we played our best style, and they couldn't deal with it. But ever since then, Arteta has tried different things like, maybe we do this, maybe we do that. And again, last year, the way in which they beat us, because it was tight last year, the only way they could beat us was they kept going over the top.
Long ball to Haaland.
Yeah, and they blew us away in the Etihad.
I don't think Saliba was playing though, was he?
No, it was Holding played pretty much every game.
Yeah.
And we've had people like Cedric playing, Kiwior. We haven't really had our back four. This is the other worry. Partey's back. Does he go, let's play Partey right back, let's pull Zinchenko out the team? You know, he gets galaxy brain like he had at the start of the season when we were really struggling.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't playing our best 11. So, I don't know. There's a lot of confusion with the mixture of Saka's injury, Martinelli's out.
Yeah.
Will he bring Partey back in? Will Havertz play number 9? Will he play the team? This is how I would do it. I know we're just talking, like, this is more nervous talking. I would play the exact team, essentially, that played the Community Shield.
Yeah.
And he had Havertz as the number 9. Martinelli out left, but I just changed that to Jesus. Saka out right, if Saka is available. And then in the middle, you have Partey, Rice, Odegaard.
Yeah.
And then the back 5 is the back 5. There's a lot of ifs there. Saka, we don't know.
Yeah.
Martinelli is, I think, definitely out. Partey, we don't know.
Yeah.
So it's hard to do what I want to do.
I think
if that is an availability, that's how I would do it, because that's when I feel best.
Yeah.
But I do think it's going to be Eddie and Jesus and Saka, and Havertz will be in the number 8, which is fine because he does a lot of dirty work in there, and he will help overwhelm that midfield.
Oh, he will.
But I honestly, it's making me nervous thinking about it.
I'm more interested just to see how Pep sets up for this one, because if he tries to do the long ball thing again,
the way that you got to remember, the only way that worked was the long ball was over to De Bruyne, who would then set up Haaland. There's no De Bruyne.
No,
they have Foden who could do that.
Yeah,
he does it well, but again, you don't know what Foden you're going to get, because some games he's a world beater, some games he just disappears.
It's an interesting game. I'm interested to see what both teams do in this situation.
And also, the way they could do that was Stones was stepping into midfield. If Stones is not available, they can't do that either. So Pep's going to have to come with a very different... The way in which he figured to beat us last year, he cannot do, which he did over 3 games. So he has to find a new way.
Yeah.
And he has to do it. Basically, you probably have to play through us.
The only issue is that Lens game last night, they didn't have any trouble doing the cutbacks on the byline.
Which is Doku, Grealish. This is their territory.
And Haaland finds that very enjoyable.
Yeah. And that was against the team that are 15th in Liga.
That could be the issue, I think.
Yeah. But again, we will play very differently. Like, it's hard to tell, isn't it? Because with the Champions League, even though you're playing, sometimes you watch it and you go, "Ooh, we look okay. They look right, though." But it's the same players.
Yeah.
Then the weekend, they come out for the Premier League to play differently because it's the Premier League.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that is the case, is they were just playing kind of within themselves, knowing City on the horizon.
Yeah.
But again, if we could beat Man City going into this international break, That would be massive for the Premier League
Yeah.
because if you were to, like, let's say Liverpool beat Brighton, let's say Spurs beat Luton, and we beat Man City,
Yeah.
going into this international break, Tottenham will be top, Arsenal will be second,
Yeah.
Liverpool will be third, and City will be fourth.
Wow.
I think maybe
Yeah.
City will be third and Liverpool will be fourth, but and it will be within about 2 points of each other. And City haven't lost 2 games in a row in years.
Yeah.
So that is the availability. The other availability is the Tottenham win, City win,
Yeah.
Liverpool win, and Arsenal are fifth, let's say,
Yeah.
and Villa win. We come fifth, and we go into international break, coming back to go away to now trying to score goals Chelsea.
Ooh.
And it all becomes very uneasy, which is, again, my pessimistic head is telling me that's what's going to happen.
It's a very fine line.
So let's just hope next time we talk, Simon will be back, no car troubles. Hopefully I'll have Wi-Fi. Hopefully you've heard this podcast. And we'll come back to a City Arsenal. Arsenal just... Do you know what? Luton beat Spurs, Arsenal top of the league, and we go into national break and we can feel happy.
Beautiful.
That would be very nice. But we will see you next Wednesday. Make sure you follow us on ByTBO on all our socials. Simon Miller 316. Lewis Howley, aka Elton Prince, has also hosted this show before, so follow him at Elton Prince.
We'll get him back
PD.
soon as well.
And we'll get him back on. We'll get Bruno on soon to talk about the mess that is Man United. But please, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. We are Gunners Are Us. Give us a 5-star review. Google Pod for now. Spotify. Apple Podcast. Do all those things. Download the podcast 100 times. Just download it, we'll listen to it, download it, listen to it. Do it all week, please, because I love to see the analytics go up. Joe,
Yeah.
have you got any final words?
Oh, I do. We're going to load up the gunner powder. We're going to throw in a cannonball. We're going to swerve that red cannon directly at that blue moon and blast it clean out the sky. Come on, Arsenal!
Oh, jeez.